Hey there, I'm Leslie Leondis, and I just wanted to jump on today and talk about something that it comes up every single day in our lives. And as we're in January, I know this is one of the busiest, most stressful times of the year, January through April for firm runners like us. That's exactly why I thought about doing this live today because I want to dive into a pivotal moment in my journey that radically transformed my business and life. And it happened during this time of year. So, from the outside, everything looked perfect, steady clients, a growing team. But inside, chaos ruled. My business partner and I, who is also my best friend, we're the center of everything, handling every decision, every issue, every question. Exhaustion was every day. I would just like not even be able to hear. I mean, like, I cannot hear anything else, is how it would go some days. So I would tell myself, this is just the season I'm in. But deep down, I didn't trust the business to survive without my constant input. The fear of letting something slip, of exposing problems, keeping me at the very center of everything. It was a painful, painful realization that I was the bottleneck. I was the ceiling. We could not go above where I was at. And I want to talk to you about the breakthrough that happened to me at QuickBooks Connect many years ago. I was listening to Mike Michalowicz, who hadn't released the book Clockwork yet, but when he described exactly how I was feeling, and he said, You're building, you're not building a business, you're building yourself a job. And I remember thinking, I created a bottleneck out of fear. And I had to really dive into what that fear actually looked like, what it meant. But once I admitted this truth, everything shifted. I wasn't the solution, I was the actual ceiling. And so I began the journey to redesign, to let go, and lift the ceiling of my team. And if I could go back, I'd say a business built on one person can never outgrow that person. If your business can't function without you, it can't grow beyond you because you're at the center of it, you're at the core. So, breaking through this inner conflict, meaning admitting this, sometimes you are the barrier, not because you're incapable, because of fear. So, whenever you feel hesitation about a business decision, write down the belief behind your hesitation. Then take one small action as if that belief weren't true. And I'll give you an example. So I used to believe that I had to answer all client questions. That was a belief I had. But then I realized once I started going through this, that came down to control. That meant I controlled the narrative. But the truth was, when I stepped back, sometimes my team had better answers to that one question. So now it's your turn. What I'd like you to think about is, what is one key responsibility this week that only you have been handling that you could actually transfer? Because together we can break through these barriers. So I want you to think about, what are some of the limiting beliefs that you have and that you can take proactive steps to address them. Because until we realize that these negative voices, I call her Nadine sitting over here, they're the ones that actually are holding us below the ceiling. And once we start removing those inner voices, we can actually raise the ceiling. But until we remove those inner voices, that ceiling's going to stay where it's at. And that's what it took, is removing the inner voices saying, you can't do that. You can't charge for that. You can't, that person is not capable when they were capable. Because you see, most of the time, the opposite is actually true. So for those of you that are feeling so overwhelmed right now with what everything, all the work that's coming at you, I want you to stop and think, am I the one that really has to do this task? Is there a reason I'm holding on to it? And for me, when I started asking myself those questions, things got real clear of why I was still holding on. I hope this training was helpful. If you need support, the link is in the chat below. I hope to talk to you soon, and we'll be doing another training later on this week. Have a great rest of your day.